Today I was bored at work and I was just like watching YouTube videos. Like there was like nothing going on, so I just had something playing in the background. And one of the videos I was watching was called it was made by a guy called Pillboy. His videos are cool. He has like cool, interesting uh like animations that he has while he talks. It looks awesome. I think I'm confusing one of the I saw two I watched two of them. I'm trying to confuse either one. One of them was about he talks a lot about black culture, and I was just watching him because I was like interested a little bit, especially because I think one of the videos was about pe- black people who appeal to white people for money. I don't know how to explain it without saying the word he was saying because I can't say it. You know what I'm saying? But um, in that video, he was just going over talking points about a lot of different aspects of that topic, but one of them was directly towards like political grifters like Candace Owens. I don't remember any of the other ones he listed. But I bring this up because my Instagram is flooded with like the exact type of video that he was mentioning of the individual who is like, we are not victims, you have a victim mentality, or just relating or disregarding black issues and saying like, oh, the root of black America's problems is, I think what he said was sexy red and that type of media being spread out instead of the real core issues that are taking place, you know. And I guess today what I want to talk about is generalizations, you know, and how harmful it is to have one or maybe just a subset of people within a large group that kind of acts as the forefront, acts as the symbol, the person you go to identify the entire group. He was labeling political grifters like that with terms I can't say, right? But the point he was making was that when you have when you have a figure who's in a marginalized community come out and say, no, we're not victims, we we have to have that personal responsibility bullshit, right? It makes the entire group look bad. He was saying how, I don't remember, there were a lot of specific examples he gave, but I was like low-key having to work at the same time. But he was saying about how when you have, let's say, like Candace Owens talking about how black people don't have that sense of personal responsibility, and how if I can become successful in my life despite these challenges, why can't you? You know, it lacks all of the nuance of those communities and how heavily heavily criminalized they are. It's totally just like, it's a take that you would say to appeal to the majority, which is what he was talking about, and how people like Candace Owens will say what they need to say in order to appeal to the largest demographic, which in this case would be white conservatives who are trying to say, like, oh, racism isn't as bad as people may think it is. It's this and this and this, whatever. And having a black person kind of echo those same sentiments, it not only feeds into that delusion, but it also makes them like a figurehead that white people can go, look, Candace Owens said this and this and this about black people, so that means you're actually not victims, and or slash systemic racism is not a thing, but whatever. I was watching those videos more or less to kind of draw parallels to Mexicans, and how, I'm not going to say how equally unfair the treatment is, but just to see the parallels and how, like, even now you see a lot of Hispanic creators who are spouting out the similar sentiments of like, I came to America the legal way and I did it the right way, and That means you should too, or you can too. It's like you are completely missing the fucking mark. You are using your own anecdotal evidence. It's a whole thing. What I'm getting at is that when you have one or a subset, a group, when you have a small vocal minority who is meant to represent an entire group of people, and you have that vocal minority spout out the most white supremacist kind of confirming bullshit, it makes all of us look bad. When I have when I have like videos on my feed talking about Mexican people and how lazy we are and how we're all drug dealers and how the people who have come here legally, and by the way, all ugly as shit. They're all wearing their fucking MAGA hats. My point is though, when you have those people who have these large platforms raised up by those white conservatives who are feeding into those delusions, it's like it's the worst example to have as the as the big picture, because then it trickles down and it's like, okay, well, if this guy if this Hispanic guy is MAGA and he came here the legal way and he's giving his bullshit takes, why can't a lot of other Mexicans come here legally? Why can't a lot of other South Americans come to America, North America, like the legal way? And it's like, okay, well, obviously you're fucking stupid as shit and you don't know what you're talking about, But the dangers of that is it's so immense. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that once you have those figureheads at the top who are getting so much support from a lot of white conservatives, is you get that effect of like, shit. You have some Mexicans, you have some black people who are saying, why can't I? Like, obviously something's going wrong if you can do it. Like, I have family members who are like, why can't I come here the legal way? Like, why? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, there's so many fucking there's so much time invested. There's so much money involved. There's so much risk involved in general. You kind of just have to make a decision based off survival in that scenario. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make is that when you have and this is not even talking about a lot of other examples of generalization, but when you have a figurehead who is meant to homogenize and generalize a group of people under this umbrella, and that figurehead is a fucking piece of shit who doesn't know what they're talking about, it makes everyone look bad, and it further increases the barrier between people. It further distances people. It further makes division, and that's stupid and gay. What I'm trying to say with this video, guys, be smart, stop being a grifter, have a little bit of self-respect, and stop. I know I look pale as hell, guys. I know, but I'm not white. You have to just believe that. You just have to believe it. You just have to stop appealing to white conservatives because they're gay. Look up Grinder app like usage rates, and then look up conservative or like Republican conventions. It's pretty funny. Thank you.